Today, let's talk about function transformations and how they alter not the function, but the coordinate plane. Just once it returns to normal, the function itself alters. In this video, we'll talk about some of the function transformations and discuss how they alter the coordinate plane. Let us start with translations. Translations move the axes of the plane. The notation corresponds to the movement. For example, move the y-axis up 2 units, it is shown as y plus 2. Here is an example. Y plus 5 moves the y-axis up 5 units, and x minus 2 moves it left 2 units. Let us see how this affects the function as a whole. Starting with the parent function, let's move the axes. Now the origin is centered at 2, minus 5. And moving the plane back to normal, we notice how when the function moves, it opposes how we moved the axes. This is because the function looks like it's moving away relative to the axis. Next up, dilations. They stretch and compress the axes. There are 4 main types that overlap, so let's talk about them individually. Stretches move the numbers away, the equivalent of multiplying by a number less than 1. Compressions move numbers closer, the equivalent of multiplying by a number greater than 1. Notation corresponds to the multiplication, such as half y being a stretch by 2, and 2x being a compression by a factor of 2. Looking how they affect graphs, we notice that most of them are similar, with vertical stretches and horizontal compressions being the same, as well as vertical compressions and horizontal stretches, with horizontal being stronger because of the x squared term. So the dilation types are very interchangeable, so you must be careful when looking at them. Lastly, we have reflections. Reflections flip the axes about the origin, or the equivalent of multiplying by -1. As shown in the notation, minus y is a vertical reflection, minus x is a horizontal reflection. However, this corresponds to the opposing axis. So a vertical reflection is a reflection about the x-axis, and a horizontal reflection is a reflection about the y-axis. Depending on its symmetry, some reflections may show or not show, or even overlap. Now that you have a basic idea of function transformations, you may now mess around on Desmos a little better. Hopefully, you like this video.